Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground. Milner, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and they come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
The Cowboys at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On first down, Milner. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got them into the end zone.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Up the middle they go. Milner, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And this one is right through.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Milner. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
17-0 our score after 1. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you can move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They go play action now. Wilson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott off play action.
He hits Jacobs here on the crossing route. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 27, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. But if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 36, Prescott throwing quickly here, and he's got Jacobs. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Prescott on first down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. On the move past the 40. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first and 10, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Play action now, Prescott. This is intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Wilson gets rid of it quickly. And he's got room. Oh, what a move. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Damone Clark.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott, he's going to rifle one deep left side. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Wilson. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Milner.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run on 1st down. Milner, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 2nd down now. Milner, and forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. Milner, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Milner, room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st down, Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw is Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Again, Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. This is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Milner, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Milner. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 134 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. On 1st down, Milner. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.